Google is doing its part to end global censorship.
And NAU's president is stepping down. We have an exclusive look back at his reign. Good evening and welcome to NAZ Today. I'm Sierra Ferguson.
And I'm Danielle Gomez. Thanks for joining us. According to an article in the Washington Post, Google says it's routinely encrypting web searches globally. The encryption will make it more challenging for countries such as China to censor user searches and track what citizens are viewing. However, governments can still choose to block Google servers altogether. Google CEO Eric Schmidt says encryption can effectively end government censorship within a decade.
And a lot of folks are planning to travel this weekend, but gas prices just keep going up. They've gone up nearly 3 cents since last week, AAA officials say. The average statewide price for gasoline is $3.36 a gallon. Flagstaff prices, however, soar above the rest at $3.49 a gallon. Only time will tell if the price of traveling this year will continue to rise.
Things are looking up for Arizona's California condor population. Last year was the second worst year on record in terms of condor deaths. The culprit? Lead poisoning. 42% of caught and captured birds last year had dangerously high levels of lead in their blood. Now, wildlife conservationists say that the number of condors that are suffering from lead poisoning are the lowest they've been in nearly a decade. Researchers say that the decrease may be due to more hunters using non-lead ammunition as well. The search for a new university president is in full swing. President Hager announced his retirement back in September, and his contract expires in June.
That's right, Danielle. We know that the university president obviously plays an important role, but who is President Hager and what does he do? We talked to him to find out what kind of legacy he wants to leave behind.
The president orchestrates and directs the entire institution, and my job is composed of dealing with the Arizona Board of Regents. I have 9 bosses, and I have to constantly keep them updated on what goes on campus. So I actually work for the Board of Regents. I don't really work for the university.
This is John Hager. He's been NAU's chief officer and representative in the legislature and before the city council since 2001. His job is not without difficulty.
There's at least one crisis a day. This is a very large institution. It's like a small city. And so there's always a difficulty that you just drop everything to resolve.
But despite nearly 14 years of service, Hager plans to step down as soon as a successor can be appointed.
The board often calls me and says, what do you think of so-and-so, and do you know them? And so I'll have some input.
Hager himself was appointed after he was hired as chief academic officer back in 2000.
It's a different campus than when I came. We have built a campus, a new campus almost, probably close to $1 billion in capital construction. Many new buildings, many new residence halls. And so I think the institution today is in much better financial shape. It knows what its mission is, and it's dedicated to the student body.
Since 2008, NAU has grown by 34%. There are 10 times as many international students. And Hager says that his legacy lies in the direction that he has led the university.
In 2001, 2002, we started to kind of rethink Northern Arizona University. What was its niche? And really, what its niche has always been is undergraduate residential education and the close relationship between faculty and students. And we decided that's what we need to do and be better than anybody, particularly in the West, in doing that. What I did is to get the institution back to its basic mission.
Hager plans to join the NAU faculty and teach after he steps down as president. In 2006, voters shot down Proposition 107, which sought to ban gay marriage.
The state still defines marriage as a union between a man and a woman, but gay marriage has not been banned. So with tax season upon us, you might be wondering, can same-sex couples file joint returns? This season, NAZ Today's Kimberly's Craft is back with today's tax tip.
We are addressing the issues of tax season with the Arizona filing, and many people are questioning what they might do if they are same-sex couples and what that means to them in the state of Arizona. With me today is Anthony Forcino. You can answer that question,
Yes,
can
I
you
can.
not?
Yes, I can. For purposes of federal, as you know, they're allowed to file a joint return as a same-sex marriage, and so they can file married filing jointly. For Arizona purposes, since we don't recognize that same-sex marriages, they have to file single returns. And instead of having to go through the process of creating whole new returns, what we have done is we created what's called the Schedule S. And what they would do is take their federal income from their joint return and then separate it out to what belongs to each individual single person, and then file that as a single return, because the starting figures for our Arizona return is the federal gross income, federal adjusted gross income. So what we do is we're splitting that number out between two single people, and then they file single returns.
That seems a little bit burdensome.
It's not as burdensome as some states where they're making them file actual federal single returns and then bringing it through to the Arizona return. We made it where you can take that federal return and then just break the numbers out. So it makes it a little easier.
It sounds a little bit like an evolutionary process as well, though.
Exactly.
And so what's the benefit of that to these people who are filing?
Well, I don't know if there's any benefit. I mean, that's what they have to. They have to file a tax return, and we wouldn't accept a joint return. So their benefit is to be able to file a tax return and get whatever refund or whatever tax they have to pay is done. But it makes it at least simpler in the sense that they don't have to worry about all the above adjustments. They can just take it straight down. Great.
Well, that information, of course, will be included at our website, naztoday.com. And thank you, Anthony, for coming in to share that with
You're welcome.
us.
Thank you. Okay.
Spring break is upon us. We'll tell you how vigilance can help you make the most of your vacation.
And the folks at Viola's Flower Garden are so excited about spring, they're wetting their plants. Stay with us.
Today was the last official day of school before spring break. NAU students are going their separate ways for the upcoming week. Spring break travels are a time-honored tradition, and we've got some tips on how you can keep safe in the week to come.
During spring break, college students often flock to the coast for some sun, sand, and a splash in the ocean. While this is a time to kick back and relax, experts say don't let your guard down completely.
If there are bad guys out there, they're looking for drunk students on spring break.
Blend in with the crowd and be sure to always have a buddy around.
Go out with your friends and return with your friends. Always have a designated driver. And if you are going to drink, be sure that you keep it under control.
Injuries are a problem for some students, and that includes sunburn. Don't forget the sunscreen and apply it often.
Every time you get out of the water, reapply the sunscreen.
If you're going abroad, don't put off getting your travel vaccines until the last minute. It takes at least a week for shots to become effective. And no matter where you stay, don't book a first-floor room. Break-ins are more likely on street level. Whether you're traveling to Miami or Malibu, enjoy the holiday, but stay vigilant. For NAZ Today, I'm Adrian Garola.
Spring has not yet sprung here in Flagstaff, despite NAU students dispersing for their week-long break. March 20th will actually be the official start of spring. But if you've got a green thumb and you're ready to get back in your garden, NAZ Today has a few ideas for you.
The days are getting warmer. The sun is starting to beat down. But spring has not yet sprung here in Flagstaff. And the little patches of color that come along with it are missing too. But worry not. Viola's, a local flower shop, is well stocked to carry those of us with a green thumb well into spring.
Definitely springtime. I would recommend anything cold hardy pansies, violas, violinas, snapdragons, of course. We'll be getting stock in a couple of days, and we're getting new shipments all the time.
Our climate in Flagstaff is unique because we have a growing season of just 90 days. Not much time to go get your green thumb on. For NAZ Today, I'm Mason Agnew.
The Coconino Humane Association has been a shelter for homeless and mistreated animals for 59 years here in the Flagstaff community. A current resident from the shelter is here today looking for a forever home.
The Coconino Humane Association has been helping animals since 1955, and today in the studio we have our friend Justin and his friend Adam, and we're going to learn a little bit more about Justin here. What kind of breed and how old is he?
Justin is a Rottweiler mix, and he's about 5 to 6 years old.
And then, can you tell me a little bit more about his personality? What kind of dog is he?
Sure. Justin is a very gentle, loving dog, very calm. For his age, he's matured at 5 to 6 years old, and he's very gentle. He rides in cars great, and loves long walks like every other dog.
How long ago did you get him into the shelter?
Justin came in about a month and a half ago as a stray.
And then, do you have a backstory on him?
A little bit. He came in as a stray. The owners came in to claim him and his sibling, I'd say, and fortunately they couldn't afford to get both of them out. They took his brother out and signed him over to us to put him up for adoption to find him a new home.
And I know you told me a little bit more about how he was adopted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was adopted. He was adopted. He was taken home by the adopting party, and unfortunately the other dogs did not get along with him. They were going after him, and they felt that he was in danger being in the house, so they brought him back to be readopted. He was adopted the second time, and unfortunately it didn't work out again. He would not go up some stairs, is what they're telling us.
For more information about adopting Justin or the Coconino Humane Association, you can visit our website at naztoday.com.
Hey everyone, I'm community forecaster Audrey Nagel. We had a low pressure system that moved through the area today, bringing us some scattered showers, but it has moved on to New Mexico now. Now with the weekend, we have a warming trend beginning, but we will be experiencing some high winds by the end of tomorrow with another low pressure system moving into the Four Corners area. Tonight we'll be seeing some clear and calm skies though, with a low of 23 degrees, sunset at 6:34. Tomorrow, warming up a couple degrees, getting up to 57 degrees. Those increasing winds, we can expect gusts getting up to 40 miles per hour. Throughout the state tomorrow, Page and Winslow topping out at 67 degrees, Sedona 72, Payson 69, Payson 68, Prescott 69, Phoenix warming up to 84 degrees. And our Flagstaff extended forecast, like I mentioned, that pressure system bringing us those winds on Saturday. We'll be seeing a little bit of a break on Sunday, coming back to start our week on Monday. Nice, clear, calm skies, though, besides those winds. So hopefully no more scattered showers. Getting up to 62 on Monday and 58 midweek on Wednesday. Down in Sedona, there are no exceptions to that wind. Saturday, windy, 72 for their high. Monday starting their week at a nice 74 degrees, but with those winds just like us. 70 on Tuesday and 72 on Wednesday. So we'll be seeing some nice temperatures here in Flagstaff and down in Sedona. Always beautiful, sunny skies, but those winds, the springtime in Flagstaff.
Well, that is what spring means here in Flagstaff. Thanks so much for joining us on NAZ Today.